Hey, Simon, you took money from my wallet again, didn't you? You've got to stop doing this. Even if it is between you and me, it still counts as stealing, you know. You've done this how many times now?
What are you on about, Hannah? I don't know. It wasn't me that did it, I swear.
I'm tired of your excuses, Simon.
You must be imagining things.
Who else would steal from my wallet? Our daughter would never. Plus, you've done this several times already. Don't pretend it wasn't you.
Well, I only took out a few notes, but I was literally out of money. I really needed it. How do you notice so quickly anyway?
I noticed this time around because you started stealing from me in the first place. I began to constantly check how much I have inside my wallet ever since you started stealing my money. I always make sure to know just how much I have in my wallet. So I know it's you that's taken money from me, Simon. Don't you play innocent with me. 'Cause you won't be able to fool me. You won't get away with stealing my money anymore.
I only do it because you never give me money when I ask you for some. I had no choice but to take money from your wallet. I hardly have enough to get by.
I didn't give you any money because you won't tell me what you need it for. I can't give you extra money if you're just going to waste it on something silly.
I'm not going to waste it. It's for necessities.
Okay, then tell me what you're going to use the money on.
You know, stuff. Like going out to eat, paying for my gaming apps and stuff. I need more spending money to relieve my stress. Am I not allowed to have fun or have hobbies?
I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun. Of course you can spend money for your leisure once in a while. It's just that I want you to think things through. I just want you to spend money carefully, that's all. Even though we do both work, we still have a limit as to how much we can spend from our finances. You know, from having a joint account that we don't have that much money to spare.
Well, I never have enough spending money. Can't I use just a bit more money for my own stuff?
I have agreed on increasing the amount you use from our joint account several times already. However much I increase the budget, you always say it's not enough. I can't let you use even more than you are now. This is the limit, Simon. We're going to end up with no savings the way you keep spending.
Do we need to save up every single month? Why don't we just save up every other month instead?
Honestly, Simon, we have a teenage daughter. She'll start high school soon, which will cost even more money. We need to save up now while we're still relatively young and capable.
Poppy can just go to the public high school and the state college, then it won't cost as much money. She's a smart girl, our Poppy. She'll breeze through those entrance exams.
We don't know which school she'll want either. She may not want to go into public school or state college. She may choose to go to a private college.
We'll just tell her to choose a state college if she wants to go to college. We don't need to give her a choice.
That's not fair to Poppy.
Yes, it is. I'll bet there are plenty of families like that. Where I grew up, not many people were able to go as far as college. I didn't get to go to college myself.
I don't want to limit Poppy's options. She's still young, she's full of possibilities, and I want her to do whatever she wants in her life. She's our only child, Simon. Can't we at least save some money to support her education and her dreams? If Poppy ends up wanting to go to private school, I'll still support her decision and try my best to be able to afford it. She even may want to study abroad in the future.
What? Study abroad? Seriously?
She's always watching that YouTube channel, the one with the European girls.
I bet studying abroad is gonna cost a lot. I really hope she forgets about that idea.
Really, Simon, can't you show some enthusiasm towards supporting our daughter? I know you had a tough childhood. Don't you think we should do the best we can to provide for Poppy? I know. That's why we have to save as much as we can. Do you get my point now? You've got to stop thinking it's okay to splurge and spend all you like, wasting money with whatever you feel like doing. Simon, did you take money from the envelope where we keep our living expenses?
Yeah, I may have borrowed a few dollars. I needed it. I told you I needed more spending money for my stuff.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop taking our money without telling me? What did you use the money for?
I sent a wedding gift to a colleague of mine who got married last month. It was necessary.
Just because it doesn't mean you can take the money without saying anything. Why couldn't you talk to me about it? All the money in the envelope is gone. Surely you didn't need that much money for the wedding gift. There was about $1,500 in that envelope. Did you use all the money? $400 should be more than enough for a wedding gift.
Don't be so cheap. I need to give him at least $1,000 as his workplace supervisor.
Okay, then where did the rest of the money go? Where did the $500 go?
I gave the rest of the money to Poppy. She mentioned that she wanted some new clothes and some things for school.
What? I can't believe you. How could you just decide to give her so much money without consulting me? It's not just your money you've earned, it's also my money. I already give Poppy a monthly allowance, too.
Well, only $60, right? That's only enough to buy one sweater or something. That's hardly enough for her allowance.
If Poppy wants or needs anything, I've told her to come and talk to me about it. If she really needs something, I buy it for her. $500 is a lot of money for a girl her age. She's still 14 years old, Simon. Don't just give her so much money like that.
Why are you making such a big deal out of this? It's just this once as a special treat. She can buy some nice clothes for a change. Girls these days, they spend a lot on clothes and makeup and stuff, right? She can join in and she can have some fun with her friends.
No, she can't get used to spending so much at such a young age. It's not even a special occasion. I would have considered it if it were her birthday or some sort of special occasion, but... Anyway, I'm going to collect all the money you gave Poppy, and I'll talk to her myself later.
Oh, come on! She won't like it if you take away the money I gave her!
It's your fault you gave her too much money in the first place. $500 is way too much for her. Anyway, you know that money is our house money, our living expenses. Don't be so irresponsible, Simon. Don't you ever do this again.
Why are you so mad? Jeez, is it so bad that I give our daughter some extra pocket money?
You have always been this way. You can't take anything seriously, even when it's to do with bringing up our own daughter. It's not good to spoil her.
Why are you in such a bad mood? Are you jealous or something?
Jealous? What are you talking about?
I know you're jealous because Poppy prefers me over you.
Don't be ridiculous, Simon. I am not jealous of you.
Well, of course she prefers me. All you do is nag at her all the time. On the other hand, I buy her things and give her extra pocket money. No wonder she prefers me.
Well, I had to do all the teaching and disciplining to our daughter because you hardly ever helped out with the parenting. You're so sly. This is completely unfair of you to phrase it like that. You leave all the hard talk and scolding for me to do, while you put on a good face to Poppy, spoiling her. You just leave all the tough parenting stuff for me to deal with.
You doing the scolding has nothing to do with how I act. It's your choice how you deal with Poppy. I just choose to deal with her my way, and you've been choosing yours. You've always been crabby anyway, even before we had Poppy. I've never scolded Poppy because I've simply never been angry at her. Poppy is always good in front of me, so there's really nothing for me to scold her about. I bet she's good when she's with me because she's a daddy's girl.
It's only because I'm more strict with her, and I have to do all the hard work disciplining her. Don't get so cocky. What's wrong with you lately? You seem kind of different these days.
Different? What do you mean?
You've been rather well behaved recently. Seems like you've stopped stealing money from me. You've even stopped asking me for more money. You used to pester me non-stop for more money a couple of months ago. What's brought on this change?
I've just changed for the better, that's all. Aren't you happy that I've changed? It's you that kept talking about how I should change my ways.
Huh? Is that so?
Yeah, sure I have. You just said so yourself.
Why have you changed all of a sudden?
The other day when I was out drinking with my colleagues, we began talking about savings and finances. When I heard how everyone was saving up and how they're dealing with their finances, It changed my mind about how to handle my money. I realized that saving is real important. I decided I'm gonna stop wasting money on things I don't need.
I told you all of this so many times, and you never changed your ways. But now, because of your colleagues, you finally decided to change your ways?
I'm sorry, my bad. I can't help it if I find my colleagues more persuasive than you.
Well, I guess as long as you have changed. This means you're going to help save up money and spend wisely from now on, right?
Sure I will. Besides, now I finally understand what you were on about. I'll stop wasting and start saving money so we have enough savings for the future, for whatever our future holds. 'Cause it's always good to have extra savings, right?
Yeah, that's right. This means you're going to stop asking me for more spending money, right?
Of course not. I don't need extra spending money. I'll get by with the same spending budget I've always had.
Wow, Simon, you really have changed. I guess I'm surprised. But I'm glad you see things the way I do. I guess this means we can finally start thinking about our future together.
I won't steal from you ever again, so you don't need to hide your wallet from me anymore.
Oh, so you noticed I've been hiding my wallet from you.
Of course I noticed. I was a bit hurt by how you always hid it from me, you know. It made me realize how much of your trust I'd lost.
Well, I mean, you stole and lied so many times that I couldn't trust you anymore. What else could I do? I told you a million times that I wanted you to stop stealing and for you to start saving up. You never listened to me, not once.
Look, I'm sorry I said so earlier. I also regret giving Poppy that $500. I'm sorry I did that. That was stupid of me and inconsiderate. I promise I'll never withdraw money without talking to you. And of course I'll never steal again.
Okay, I accept your apology. But this is your final chance, Simon. I'm not giving you a second chance after this. Hey! Did you withdraw from the savings account without telling me? That savings account for my education fees. It says that there's not a single dollar left in that account. What did you do?
Huh? What do you mean?
Don't play games with me. Be honest and tell me the truth.
I have no clue. I haven't done anything. You used up all the money, didn't you?
How dare you accuse me, you asshole? It's obvious you're the one that took the money. What am I supposed to do now? I can't go to college because of this. I'm never going to forgive you. I hate you, Dad. This is all your fault.
Huh? Are you Poppy?
Yeah, that's right, Dad.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I thought I was talking to your mother. What do you mean there's no money left in that bank account? I don't know what happened there. I really have no clue at all.
Huh? You think you can just shake it off like that? And you even tried to get away with it by blaming Mom?
Listen, Poppy, I really don't have any clue about the money. I didn't take anything, I swear. I'd never use the money for your education, Poppy. I'd never touch it. I'd never do anything to let you down, Poppy.
Nah, I don't believe you. I think it's you that took the money, Dad. I'm pretty shocked that my own dad is such an asshole. Although I did know that you were a pathetic loser. I knew you'd screw up big time one of these days.
That's mean of you. Come on, be nice to your old man. What do you mean you always thought I was a loser? You've always been a daddy's girl. You love me really, don't you?
Ew, a daddy's girl? Gross. You are seriously deluded. I can't believe you think that I love you. I've never loved you or liked you. Sure, you're my dad, but you're seriously messed up. Even I can tell how messed up you are.
I mean, I've always been nice to you, haven't I? I've never been mad at you or scolded you. Your mother's always been the one who nags at you.
That's because you're not interested in me. You never cared about how I was doing or what I was up to. You never did anything to help me. You never even asked me how I'm doing. I know that Mom is strict with me and scolds me sometimes because she cares about me. I love Mom much more than I love you.
What? Why? I even gave you all that money. Remember? I even gave you $500 that one time.
So what? I know you gave me the money behind Mom's back without telling her about it. Every time you gave me money, I put the money back into Mom's wallet.
What? You didn't spend the money for yourself? Why didn't you spend it? Weren't you happy to have all that money to yourself? I told you to spend it on yourself, on new clothes or makeup, or you could have bought whatever you wanted.
I have enough allowance to get by. I'm only 14 years old. I don't need huge amounts of money to spend. Mom buys me the necessities if I need something anyways. Unlike you, I'm honest with her and I'll talk to her up front if I want or need anything. I'm never going to do stuff behind her back like you do.
So, you really prefer Mom over me? You like her better after everything I've always done for you?
Of course I like Mom better. Everything you've done for me? You thought I'd like you more if you just gave me money, huh? Well, I'm still a kid, but I'm not stupid. I can tell if someone's genuine or not. And with what's happened this time around, I don't think I can forgive you. I hate you, Dad. I think you should divorce Mom. Divorce her and leave her alone. And let me tell you up front that I'm going to choose to live with her, not you.
Are you being serious, Poppy? You hate me that much?
I know another bad thing you've done, Dad.
Another bad thing? What are you talking about?
I know exactly how you used the money you stole from Mom. I know that you used all that money for that woman. The woman you've been cheating with, that is.
What? What are you saying? Now you're just going too far with your theories.
Theories? I know for a fact that's what you did. Mom told me that she noticed you taking money from my education fee account ages ago. She just didn't tell you straight away. All the while, she's been looking into what you've been up to, what you've been using all the money on. She's been collecting evidence to use against you and to avenge you.
Avenge me? Isn't that going a bit far?
I don't think so, Dad. If you two go to court to get a divorce, she's going to need evidence of your misdoings, right?
Wait, Poppy, you've got it all wrong. That woman you mentioned, she's nobody. She's just a friend. She's just someone I've been hanging out with for a bit. She's nobody to me.
I think calling that woman your friend is a bit of a stretch. Me and Mom both know you've been seeing her for quite a while now.
You guys have got it wrong.
I told you, Dad. Mom already has all the evidence she needs to prove that you've been cheating.
She has evidence? What evidence?
Why don't you ask Mom yourself? Anyway, I'm sick of being around you and I don't want to live with you anymore. I can't believe you used that money for that woman. Money that was supposed to be for my education. You don't care about me or Mom at all, do you? All you care about is yourself. I don't want to call you my dad anymore.
That's not true. Of course I care about you, Poppy. I just borrowed the money. I was gonna give it back later.
Stop lying, Dad. You wouldn't do this if you cared for us at all. Sure as hell you're gonna give it back. And don't forget to pay Mom plenty of money for the divorce settlement. On top of that, promise me now that you'll pay for the child support until I come of age.
Stop talking as if me and your mother are gonna get a divorce. I can't get a divorce just like that. I'm not gonna get a divorce and I won't let your mother take money from me.
What do you mean you won't let Mom take the money from you? She's just gonna get her own money back, the money you stole from her. And why not get a divorce? You've been spending so much time with that lover of yours anyway. If you divorce Mom, you'll be able to be with her all you want. Isn't that what you've always wanted? You don't need me or Mom, right?
Of course I need you, and your mom too. You are the most important person to me, Poppy. You're my daughter.
Wow, Dad, you're really giving me the ick now. I don't want to see your face ever again. I'm going to move out of the house if you're staying here. I'm going to ask Mom if I can move out. I can't bear to live with you.
Where have you two gone? Where have you taken my daughter?
We're at my parents' place. We moved out of the house. We don't want to live with you anymore, Simon. We've had enough. By the way, there's nothing you can do even if you come to my parents' place. We're not going to meet up with you or talk to you until the divorce is settled.
Moved out? Divorce? What are you on about? Hannah, what did you tell our daughter exactly? You've made her go against me, haven't you? This is all your fault, Hannah, you bitch!
All I did was tell our daughter the truth. It's your own fault that she hates you. It's because you stole and you cheated and lied. Can't you see this is all on you? I can't believe you even used Poppy's education fund. I have been saving up for Poppy's education ever since she was born.
I told you I'm going to give the money back. I only wanted to borrow some money just for a little while, and I needed the money. It was urgent.
When Poppy first confronted you, you tried to blame it all on me, didn't you? I know you told her that you thought I used the money. Too bad Poppy wasn't on your side. Did you hear that she didn't even like you at all in the first place? Hilarious after all that bragging you did, saying that Poppy's a daddy's girl and everything. Here you are, trying to get away with it again, lying again. You don't need the money. You spent the money on that side chick of yours, the one you love so much you sneak away every weekend to meet.
Shut up! Just give Poppy back to me. Bring her back home. You can't just steal her away from me like this.
Steal her away? She chose to walk away from you. She doesn't want anything to do with you, Simon. She's been really supportive of me divorcing you, too. I'm going to go ahead and start dealing with all the paperwork. You make sure to have money prepared.
Okay, let's say I agree to get a divorce, but I won't agree to being torn away from my daughter. Even if we get a divorce, I still have a right to see my own daughter.
That's true, but we have to respect what Poppy wants. And she's told me she doesn't want to meet with you, and she doesn't even want to see your face ever again. So it's important for me to arrange a visitation with her.
Tell Poppy this, Hannah. Tell her that I can't bear to live without her. She's my daughter, Hannah, my only daughter.
Well, if you love her so much, you should have been there for her when she needed you. Anyway, I'm not going to tell her that. I can't tell her you said such heavy words. Even if I did tell her, she's just going to be creeped out by it. She's a teenager. She thinks you're disgusting and horrible for cheating on me. You're an embarrassment as a father to her. She doesn't even like talking about you. She makes this face when I even mention your name.
What do you mean, disgusting? I don't believe Poppy hates me that much. You're lying to me.
You don't need to believe me, Simon. It's still the truth. By the way, I also looked into your side chick. A 20-something-year-old girl, huh? It's gross that you've been cheating with a girl so young at your age. I'm going to request compensation from her too, by the way.
There was nothing serious between me and her. I wasn't really going out with her. It was nothing serious.
I don't care if it was serious or not. You cheated on me, and that's enough for me to file for divorce and demand consolation money from you both. I really couldn't care less about what you have to say. I can't ever trust you again. You've been lying to me about everything.
When did you realize I was cheating? How long have you known? How did you find out what I've been up to and who I was seeing?
Well, I first noticed you stealing from Poppy's funds about a year ago, but I decided not to tell you straight away and see what you did, while I began collecting evidence of you cheating on me.
You've got such a twisted mind, Hannah.
I was going to find a way to get my money back from you anyway. If you didn't give me back the money, I was going to ask your parents to deal with it.
Hannah, please, don't involve my parents in this. Don't tell them about what's going on, please.
If you don't want Poppy to hate you more than she already does, you better pay all the money back and the consolation money. If you don't make up for this, I think Poppy's going to start saying she doesn't have a father. She doesn't want to admit that her father is someone like you. You don't want your own daughter to pretend that you don't exist, do you now? In the end, my husband decided to borrow money from multiple moneylenders to pay back Poppy's education money and to pay for the consolation money. He called Poppy a couple of times to apologize for what he did, but she never did forgive him. Poppy decided to cut all ties with him. Although Simon pays for Poppy's child support every month, he couldn't rebuild the trust he lost. Having to pay for child support on top of paying back his debt, he now lives on the edge of poverty. Losing connection with his daughter, I heard that the stress has aged him beyond his years. I'm now living with my daughter in peace. Although I have to make do with my own earnings and have less money than when I lived with Simon, I have much less stress to deal with. My daughter also seems to enjoy living with me. She tells me that she's glad that we've begun a new chapter in our lives. I can't believe how good this new life is, just me and my daughter. I should have gotten rid of that horrible cheating thief earlier.